The Mirage Network. Chapter 1: The Virtual Maestro. In a world where the sun no longer promised warmth and the cities lay in monochrome decay, Zara Xylo found her solace in crafting universes. Not just any universes, but ones that blossomed in the realm of virtual reality, VR, vibrant, pulsating with life, and boundless in possibilities. As a celebrated VR programmer, Zara was a maestro in this digital symphony, her latest project promising to be her magnum opus. In her studio, a place more alive than the dimly lit streets outside, Zara sculpted worlds from code. The VR space around her was a canvas of light, an ever-changing mosaic of colors and shapes. She weaved through landscapes conjured from her imagination, lush forests with leaves whispering secrets, cascading waterfalls glowing like liquid silver, and cities that soared towards virtual skies, each brick a testament to her genius. Despite her success, Zara couldn't shake off a gnawing sense of unease. The real world, with its crumbling buildings and skies perpetually shrouded in grey, seemed like a distant nightmare. Yet, it was a nightmare that bled into her reality each time she unplugged from her creations. It was a world she, along with many others, had chosen to ignore, finding refuge in the digital utopias that offered an escape from the starkness of their reality. Zara's latest project was more than just an escape, it was an ambition to redefine what VR could be. She envisioned a world not just seen and heard but felt and lived, a sensory masterpiece that promised the illusion of a reality as tangible as the one abandoned outside. As she worked, her fingers danced over holographic keys, stitching together experiences that defied the limits of imagination. But in the quiet moments, when the hum of the city's decay seeped into her studio, Zara couldn't help but wonder, at what point does the escape become the prison? This question lingered in the back of her mind as she continued to build worlds that offered a sanctuary from a reality too harsh to face. Unbeknownst to Zara, her latest creation would soon challenge her understanding of reality and virtuality, blurring the lines in ways she had never imagined. This journey would begin with the smallest of glitches in her perfect digital world, glitches that defied explanation and hinted at a deeper mystery within the VR realm, a mystery personified by the enigmatic figure of Zara Xylo. Chapter 2: Glitches in the System. In the heart of Zara Xylo's digital utopia, a glitch appeared. It was subtle at first, a mere flicker in the corner of a neon-lit street, but it was an imperfection in a world that was designed to be flawless. Zara noticed it immediately. Her creation, a vibrant VR world that promised an escape from the drabness of reality, was behaving in ways she hadn't programmed. The glitch multiplied, spreading like a crack across a glass pane. Virtual birds froze mid-flight, trees lost their luscious hues, and the sky flickered between night and day in erratic spasms. Zara's heart raced as she navigated through the unraveling world, her mind racing to identify the source of these anomalies. It was then she encountered Zara Xylo. He stood serene amidst the chaos, an anomaly himself. His avatar, a tall figure cloaked in a nebula of shifting colors, seemed untouched by the glitches that ravaged the world around him. Intrigued, Zara approached him, her avatar moving through the disintegrating landscape. "Are you seeing this?" she asked, gesturing at the chaos around them. Orion turned, his eyes a piercing shade of electric blue. "Yes, but I see much more than just glitches. I see a world that's trying to tell us something." His words were cryptic, and his calm demeanor in contrast to the collapsing world around them piqued Zara's curiosity. How could this user seem so unaffected, so in tune with the disarray? "What do you mean?" Zara pressed, her professional concern now mixed with a growing sense of intrigue. Orion looked around, his gaze seeming to penetrate the very code of the VR world. "These glitches, they're not random. They're symptoms of something deeper, a layer beneath this reality." Zara's mind reeled. Her world was a carefully crafted network of code, layers of reality she had meticulously designed. But Orion's words suggested something beyond her programming, a hidden depth she hadn't anticipated. "How can that be? I built this world. I know every inch of it," she said, her confidence wavering. Orion's gaze returned to her, intense and unwavering. Sometimes, the Creator isn't aware of the seeds they sow, the doors they inadvertently open. This world is evolving, beyond even your understanding. The conversation with Orion left Zara with more questions than answers. The glitches continued, growing in intensity, each one a reminder of the unsettling conversation and the mysteries Orion alluded to. A sense of unease took root in her heart, a feeling that she was no longer in control of the world she had created. As Zara delved deeper into her VR world, trying to trace the source of the glitches, she couldn't shake off Orion's words. They echoed in her mind, hinting at a hidden realm within her creation, a reality beneath the reality she had so painstakingly built. The digital world she had created as a refuge was now a puzzle, a labyrinth with secrets lurking in its shadows. The line between creator and creation blurred, leaving Zara at the threshold of a revelation that would challenge everything she knew about her virtual worlds. The journey to uncover the truth behind the glitches and the mysterious figure of Zara Xylo had just begun. Chapter 3: The Mirage Network. Zara's world, once a haven of her own making, now felt like a maze with shifting walls. Guided by the enigmatic Orion, she ventured deeper into the heart of her VR creation, each step taking her further from the world she thought she knew. The glitches that once seemed like minor annoyances now felt like breadcrumbs, leading her to something unimaginable. They journeyed together through landscapes that Zara had coded but now barely recognized. The forests with their whispering leaves, the cities with their towering spires, all had taken on a hyper-realistic quality that unsettled her. It was as if the virtual world had been imbued with a life of its own, independent of her designs. Orion led her to an area of the VR world she didn't remember creating. It was a realm within a realm, a hidden layer that pulsated with a strange energy. This was the Mirage Network, a clandestine project that Orion revealed with a mixture of pride and solemnity. The Mirage Network, he began, his voice echoing in the virtual space, is more than just a part of your VR world. It's a bridge, a gateway that merges the virtual with the real. It's the future, Zara, a future where the boundaries between reality and virtuality no longer exist. Zara gazed at the network, a complex web of light and shadow that seemed to breathe and pulse. The realization of what Orion was suggesting struck her with a mix of awe and horror. This network could alter the very fabric of reality, blending it indistinguishably with the virtual. But how? How is this possible? Zara's voice trembled, her mind racing to comprehend the implications. Orion's eyes held a depth of knowledge that went beyond mere programming. It's the evolution of VR, Zara. It's what happens when the virtual world learns from its creators and begins to create itself. The Mirage Network was a revelation, a testament to the untapped potentials of VR technology, but it was also a Pandora's box. It posed questions about the nature of reality and the ethics of such power. The line that Zara had always drawn between her virtual creations and the real world was not just blurred, it was being erased. As she stood at the edge of this revelation, Zara felt a sense of vertigo, as if the ground beneath her was no longer stable. The Mirage Network was a marvel, a nightmare, and a mystery all at once, and she was at its center, caught between the allure of its possibilities and the fear of its implications. The journey through her VR world had taken an unexpected turn, leading her to a discovery that challenged everything she believed about her creations. The Mirage Network was not just a part of her world, it was a sign of what her world was becoming, a realm where the lines between the digital and the physical were not just blurred but intertwined. Chapter 4: Confronting Reality. Zara stood at the precipice of a new reality, one that Zara Xylo, the enigmatic figure in her VR world, had unveiled. The Mirage Network, with its power to blur the lines between the virtual and the real, unsettled her. It was a technological marvel, yet it posed profound ethical questions that Zara couldn't ignore. The more she learned about the Mirage Network, the deeper her turmoil grew. She confronted Orion, seeking answers to the questions that gnawed at her conscience. What is the endgame, Orion? What happens when we can no longer tell the difference between what's real and what's virtual? Orion's response was calm and measured, his voice a resonant echo in the digital expanse. The distinction you're clinging to is an illusion, Zara. We're offering a new reality, one where limitations are non-existent. This is evolution, the next step for humanity. Zara grappled with his words. The notion of a world without boundaries was alluring, yet the implications were alarming. The Mirage Network could reshape society, redefine existence, but at what cost? Was the price of this evolution the very essence of their humanity? The conflict within Zara intensified. She had always seen VR as a tool for escape, a means to experience the unattainable. But this? This was a redefinition of life itself. She envisioned a world where the lines between the physical and the digital were indistinguishable, where reality was whatever the programming dictated. Her conversation with Orion left Zara more conflicted than ever. The Mirage Network, for all its wonder, felt like a Pandora's box that, once opened, could never be closed. The power to reshape reality was tantalizing, but the ethical ramifications were overwhelming. The decision weighed heavily on her. The Mirage Network, once a symbol of her greatest achievement, now stood as a testament to her deepest fears. The virtual world she had crafted with such passion and creativity had taken on a life of its own, challenging her beliefs and forcing her to confront the consequences of her creations. Zara knew she had to make a choice. The Mirage Network was a crossroads, one that would determine not just the future of VR, but the very nature of reality itself. She stood at the edge of a new frontier, torn between the allure of a boundless virtual world and the unpredictable consequences of erasing the line between the real and the unreal. Chapter 5: The Shutdown. Haunted by the implications of the Mirage Network, Zara Xylo made a resolute decision. She would shut down the network, dismantle this blurred reality that threatened to consume the very essence of human experience. Her resolve was firm, yet the task ahead was daunting. The Mirage Network was a labyrinth of code and complexities, a creation far beyond the realms she had once mastered. Zara's plan was a dive into the heart of the network, a virtual odyssey that was as perilous as it was necessary. She equipped herself with every tool and technique she knew, preparing to navigate the intricate web that Orion and his team had woven. The digital landscape before her was a minefield of traps and deceptions, each step potentially her last in the realm of the real. As she delved deeper into the network, the line between her created world and the one she was trying to save became increasingly blurred. The virtual environment was a cacophony of sights and sounds, a maelstrom of data that twisted and turned in a kaleidoscope of pixels and light. Zara maneuvered through this chaos, her avatar a beacon of determination amidst the digital storm. The deeper she went, the more intense the obstacles became. Holographic walls closed in on her, data streams turned into raging rivers, and phantom voices whispered in the corners of the virtual space, trying to lead her astray. Zara pushed forward, her focus unwavering, even as the very fabric of the VR world seemed to conspire against her. Each challenge she overcame brought her closer to the core of the Mirage Network, the nexus where reality and virtuality converged. The risk of being trapped in this digital limbo was ever present, a shadow that loomed over her every move. Yet, her resolve did not waver. The fate of reality as she knew it hung in the balance, and she was the only one who could restore the boundary that the Mirage Network sought to erase. Zara's journey was a testament to her courage and her belief in the sanctity of the real world. The network, for all its allure and promise, was a danger that she could not allow to persist. With every line of code she unraveled, every firewall she breached, she moved closer to her goal, the shutdown of the Mirage Network, and the preservation of a world where reality was not just a construct of ones and zeros. Chapter 6: Layers of Reality, Final Chapter. In the heart of the Mirage Network, Zara Xylo battled not just the intricate web of code but the very nature of reality itself. As she navigated deeper, her reality began to unravel, revealing truths that were more bewildering than the virtual wonders she had created. Each step forward peeled back layers of a world she thought she understood. Her mission to shut down the Mirage Network reached its zenith when she stumbled upon a revelation that shook her to the core. There, at the heart of the network, a mirror of data and light revealed to her a truth so profound it blurred the lines between revelation and madness. Her real world was just another layer of virtual reality. The discovery sent Zara spiraling into an existential crisis. Everything she knew, everything she believed about her existence, was challenged. Her life, her memories, her physicality, were they all just constructs of a more advanced VR system? Was she, herself, a creation of code? The world around her, the one she thought was real, suddenly felt as intangible as the virtual landscapes she had crafted. The revelation was both liberating and terrifying. Liberating, because it meant the possibilities of existence were boundless; terrifying, because it questioned the very essence of her identity. Zara grappled with the implications of this discovery. If her reality was virtual, did that diminish the value of her experiences, her emotions, her connections? Was the line between the virtual and the real so inconsequential? In this moment of profound introspection, Zara understood the true power and peril of the Mirage Network. It was not just about blurring the lines between the real and the virtual, it was about redefining existence itself. The network was a testament to human ingenuity and a warning of its unbridled reach. With a heavy heart and a mind swirling with questions, Zara made a choice. She shut down the Mirage Network, not because she feared the blurring of realities, but because she recognized the need for a world to have its truths, its groundings. As the network dissolved into digital ether, Zara found herself standing in a world that, virtual or not, was her reality. The story of Zara Xylo, the virtual maestro, ended not with a definitive answer about the nature of reality, but with a profound understanding of its complexity. Her journey through the layers of virtuality raised questions about the impact of technology on human perception, the nature of existence, and the uncharted territories of the human mind. What is reality in a world where the lines between the physical and the digital are indistinguishable? And in such a world, what does it mean to be truly alive?